Hey everybody, welcome to our 6th RHOC recap, our 6th?
I don't know.
We were on the beach in Mexico last week, but there was no show last week. We just did a show anyway.
I think it's episode 5.
Well, yeah, so we're recapping episode 5.
Yeah.
And we want to do that in just a moment. It included the strangest scene I've ever seen, and I'm a newbie to RHOC, but...
You're a newbie to reality TV.
But the whisper scene...
Oh my God.
...was ridiculous. If you're enjoying these recaps, please join us on patreon.com, Rick and Kelly Unmasked. We'd love for you to subscribe there. We have a lot of fun with that show.
Oh, it's so much fun. And we don't talk about this show at all, so...
Yeah, maybe just a little bit.
I mean, barely.
Yeah.
We talk about other things.
The subscriptions start at $5 a month, and we already have 20 episodes, so it's a whole library.
And I can't believe, I just want to thank everybody, I can't believe the amount of people that subscribed last month. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
And it's going to take us forever to read through everyone's names because
We're
it was
getting
overwhelming.
Like 50 a week now, which is awesome. Also, don't forget RickKellyUnmasked.com for your cool swag, like our logo and
This party sucks.
Kelly's favorite sayings. Real quick viewer comments. Toasty Waffle, I don't care what anyone says. Kelly keeps it real.
Yeah.
Hi, Rick and Kelly, keep being you. Love your vids. Haters will always hate. Love you, Kelly. Watching your YouTube channel is the only time I watch anything about the new season of RHOC.
Yeah.
The ratings have been suffering.
They have.
Can Rick get an
Can you
orange?
imagine? And it's all because we don't have a cohesive group, and Heather ruined everything. She was supposed to make everything, save the show. Hence, her minions are up her butt. So, oh my God, we're going to talk about that, about Gina kissing
my God,
Heather's butt.
Get woke and go broke. Continue to stand for the truth and for the right thing. Don't let the left bully you into denying reality.
Yeah.
One question from a viewer here for you.
Oh.
I have a question for you too. Do you dislike both Heather and Terry Dubrow? Or is it really just Heather who you dislike? And is Terry as difficult to be around as Heather? I guess I'm just wanting to know if Terry is just as awful as Heather.
Well, I've only met Terry maybe a handful of times, and I've really never spoken to him. And really, I do know that he is a pompous jerk, and he tried to sue us, and he told my friend, Tracy, that he was going to clean out my bank account. So I do not like Terry Dubrow.
I've never actually met either one of them, but the fact that he said what he said to our friends, and the fact that they sent us 2 cease and desist letters, makes me dislike them both.
Yes.
Kelly Dodd, you are like a breath of fresh air. How about that?
That's so nice. Thank you so much.
Okay, let's get right to the first clip, shall we?
Yes, let's shall.
This is
We shall.
The show opens with Shannon apologizing to Heather again, and then she apologizes to Terry too.
If you ever come after me or my family ever again, you are going to lose a lot more than just my friendship. This will cost a lot. And I'm not saying this as a threat. I'm saying it as a promise.
When she goes, you are going to lose a lot more than our friendship. You are going to lose a lot. I would have been, F you, B. Who do you think you are? Threatening my family for what? What did I do? Tell the truth?
Yeah.
I told the truth about you getting sued by this girl? I mean, what? I ruined your family? And why are you threatening me? I mean, come on. Are we mob wives here? Like, who do you think you are? It is unbelievable to me that Shannon would sit there and take that. And the only reason why Shannon did that was because she doesn't have any friends on that cast. She knows she needs to be in every episode to get paid. And she knows that these girls are pros. They know it's conflict resolution. It's the same freaking formula, and it's getting tiresome, especially with these the old ones, because you're making so much money. You have to do conflict resolution. You have to. Where I think this Noella girl, Noella, telenovela.
No.
She's not making any money right now. She has nothing to lose but to be herself.
Yeah.
And the other ones are thirsty. I mean, I'm with Noella on that one.
Okay, wait. Now,
Okay,
so
go ahead. I'm jumping ahead. All right.
no, we also heard Shannon apologized to Terry, and I would just want to talk about that.
Why would she?
Just wait, let's play that, and then we'll.
Well, it's hard to.
Hello. Can I borrow you for 1 second?
Yes.
Excuse me.
Sorry,
Jen. Shannon wants to apologize, but not in front of people.
Okay, good.
Hi, Terry. So listen, I want to let you know that I am so sorry for any hurt that I've caused. We all know you're a brilliant surgeon with an impeccable reputation, and what I did was wrong. And I'm not that type of person. In due time, I hope that you both will be able to see.
The thing for me is I just didn't understand why, because it was so long ago, it was so not a thing.
Right.
But, you know, I appreciate your apology.
So, okay, the June bug.
She's like a dog with a squirrel.
Okay. Oh, it's fine. I got it.
I appreciate your apology. Let's just move on and forget about it.
Okay. Okay,
Does that sound good?
That sounds good.
He acted like he was king, and
Yeah, they
he was-
do. They
he-
think that they're a prince and princess and that they rule the world, and it's embarrassing. I would have told, like, this is between you and I. Why is my husband getting it? Why is your husband getting involved? Apologize to him for what?
Well, why would she apologize for sharing information that was factual about something that happened before between her and her alleged friend, and Heather didn't know about it? Why would Shannon be in trouble for sharing information, real information, with her friends?
Right.
Why does she have to apologize for
Why
that?
does she have to apologize for that?
I don't know.
That's what you call somebody. I mean, what bullies? Those are bullies. That's what you call a bully.
Yeah.
And thinking that they're right about what? You did get sued. You suck.
Right.
Okay?
She
You have
did
the worst
file a
reputation.
lawsuit. Why is
She
she
did.
apologizing for sharing that? I
Right.
don't know. You reacted when Noella was getting mad at Jen over being tagged in a photo, and Noella told her it wasn't even a cute one. Try to be relevant somewhere else, she said to Jen.
Well, now last night my daughter loves Noella. My daughter just is in love with her, and she was like, you know what? When you are, promoting something for somebody else and you get tagged for looking good, it's wrong. So Jolie and I are on Noella's side on this because she wanted to profit over Noella's looks, and that's why she tagged her, which is a BS move. I would have been very, very upset too.
She wasn't her doctor. She didn't do anything to Noella's face.
Right. Why
And
is she tagging her? It was very, very shady. And by the way, that Jen is very shady. I went to her for Botox when the shutdowns happened, and my girlfriend Desiree, and Shannon Bedore knows this too. My friend Desiree got mad and said, she owes my husband $60,000. And my girlfriend was so mad that I got Botox from Dr. Jen. It kind of ruined me and my girlfriend's relationship. And then she ran and told Shannon about how shady allegedly how shady Dr. Jen is.
We don't
I don't
know.
know. I don't know.
We don't
I
know.
was just happy that she gave me some Botox.
Yeah.
She was very nice to me. She wanted to get on the show desperately. She wanted to befriend me.
Oh, so that's why she was doing it.
Yeah, so I see why Noella was saying that she's so thirsty.
Yeah.
She tried to befriend Bronwyn. She tried to befriend me. She tried to be on the show for years and years and years and years. And so
But people may not know that. That's one way for women to get on the show, is to befriend a current cast member and try to work your way into their world.
And by the way, it was a shutdown. There was nobody open, but she was. So my producer and I, he did a PRP on his head to make his hair grow.
Yeah.
And Dr. Jen did that, and she wormed her way in.
What do you know about that?
So that's a little tidbit you guys don't know about.
The next clip is fun. So let's show it, and then you can react to it. This is the dancing girls at the party, and there was a pretty funny reaction from Terry. Watch this.
This is the only family I have. It's the chandelier, sometimes I really need to be.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He's like Hannibal Lecter. He's so creepy.
Wait. It's even better in slow motion. Watch. This Kelly did this. Watch. That was a little creepy.
That's a little creepy. You know, he is known to have affairs on, allegedly, to have affairs with Heather. So, I mean, you can see he's got that eye. He's like Hannibal Lecter.
And then Heather looked at him so disapprovingly.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I mean, she's probably stiff as a board in the sack.
Oh, I know. You think?
You think? Of course he's looking at other women.
I wouldn't know about that.
He was sticking out his tongue like,
You know what occurred to me is you got a lot of heat for wearing a Native American costume on Halloween, even though you're Native American, 29%. And yet there they were, all these ladies wearing this garb that's not their. Was that cultural appropriation?
That was. Yes, it was.
They put on their clothes and were dancing in their clothes.
Mm-hmm. Now everyone's so woke now, and you can't do anything because it's cultural appropriation.
The next clip was my favorite. And it was the scene at 21 Ocean with Shannon and her family and her dad, who's 92, and they did a flashback with Kelly. Watch this.
Gene the Machine. That's now what my dad is calling himself, which is way better than some names that Kelly Doc has labeled him with.
I hear a lot about you.
Big Dad.
Big Dick Daddy from Cincinnati. Oh my God.
My father thinks he's quite a ladies' man.
I think the question everyone has is, where did that come from? Big Dick Daddy from Cincinnati.
I don't know. It was just a one-liner that I said, and I mean, you know Gene the Machine, Rick. You know him.
Yes.
He's at every bar. He's 92.
He tears it up.
He tears it up. I mean, he's out until 1 o'clock in the morning. That guy will be at like 333 Tavern House. He's there at the bar. He's at Quiet Woman until midnight, 1. I mean, that guy was at Mastro's. That guy rages.
He's a player.
I mean, he is a player. And so, I mean, we see him all the time. He loves me.
Yeah. And me too, by the way.
Yeah,
He's a fan
loves
of my
you.
work.
Yeah, he loves Rick.
Uh-huh.
And so, I mean, he's just, that guy tears it up. I'm like, Rick, that's going to be you at 92. That's going to be you.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to live that old, but I think that you're well on your way to being Big Dick Daddy.
I also like when the girls didn't know who Dean Martin was. That was funny.
You know, I find those teenagers to be so much more interesting than the characters on the show, the adults.
When they Googled who Dean Martin was, it was a cute little
Yeah,
moment.
I mean, those girls are adorable.
They are.
And I mean, I find the teenagers more interesting than the cast members.
Speaking of teenagers, we saw the inside of Heather's house. She went and spoke to all of her kids, and we saw Nick, who did not give us COVID.
Right, Nick? You didn't give us COVID, right?
Okay, enough about that. The next clip.
He's adorable.
He is. He's a good kid. I beat him at pool.
Yeah, he's really a good kid. I mean, he doesn't only,
Nicole brings her suitcase to Dr. Jen's house, and it's filled with cheese. Watch this.
Hello and welcome. I couldn't fit everything in like a grocery bag. I love that you brought a Louis Vuitton filled with cheese. I think that's amazing. Nicole shows up at my house with a $3,000 suitcase full of cheese. Welcome to my home. Is it locked? Do we have like a lock on it?
No, I locked it just so nobody would come at my cheese.
And by the way, is it melting? Because I'd be worried about that.
So
Rick bought this for me for my birthday last year.
Yeah.
It is $3,000.
I bought that bad boy.
And
Would you put cheese in this?
I wouldn't put anything but my clothes in here, okay? This thing is not a cooler, all right? This,
I have a cooler.
my friend,
Oh yeah, that's the bad
is
boy right
a
there.
cooler.
Hey Yeti, by the way,
Yeti.
you want to sponsor this show? We love your products.
Yeti, we love your products. We use everything Yeti.
Yeti is awesome.
This is a cooler, not a suitcase. Who does that?
Someone who's trying to work hard at a TV show, maybe.
Oh my God! Like, how desperado are you?
One of the
Seriously.
The thing that bothered me the most in that episode, I think, was when Shannon was in that healer's office and she had a mask on, and the doctor goes, "Now take a nice deep breath." Who? Have you
Your
ever?
own carbon monoxide with your own germs and your own spit.
Have you ever tried to take a deep breath in a mask?
No.
You can't.
No.
You can't do it. Wow. And if you're a healer, you should know better than to ask someone to do that and then act like it was so beneficial
Yeah.
to take a deep breath.
with your own carbon.
Breathe it in.
Breathe in your own carbon and.
I think it was the last block was when, or the second to last, whatever, when they arrived at the Del Mar racetrack.
Which we were at, by the way.
We were hanging out with the
Bafferts.
Bafferts, which was really fun. Those boys loved you, by the way.
Yeah.
And Bob
Forrest.
Baffert was cool. But
If you guys don't know who he is, he's a huge horse trainer, and he's won so many Kentucky Derbies, right?
Yeah, he's one of the winningest trainers. He also got in some trouble.
Yeah, we got to go in their box.
Yeah.
Which was, and oh, by the way, we are friends with Mike and Nancy Bello as well.
Yeah.
It's kind of a weird dichotomy because they're best friends with them and we're friends with them. So
that's the couple who they were with.
I invited them to the Del Mar races. We happen to be there. We're friends with
The
them.
crazy thing is, remember the night that we found out that you weren't coming back on the show, Heather and Terry went out to dinner with the Bellows at, I think it was Mastro's.
Yes.
And someone thought it was us. They thought that I was the dude and that you were
You were
his
Michael
wife.
and I was Nancy.
Yeah.
Nancy and I look a lot alike.
And I guess I look like him.
And you look like
I'm a
him.
little bit
So
taller.
that's why they got confused. But it's just strange that we happen to be friends with them as well.
Yeah.
And she's really good friends with Heather, and she doesn't like me talking bad about her. So
Right, I get that.
I don't.
I get it.
I don't. I want to, but I don't.
The thing that bothered you the most about that whole racetrack scene was how hard Gina was kissing Heather's butt.
Come here, stand up. You see, this is Shannon. This is not Gina. I mean, who kisses ass like that? That's not even kissing ass. That's licking it. That's trying to go in there and get a dingleberry. I mean, there's like open wide. Let me lick it up.
Wow.
I'm sorry. It is absurd.
Yeah, she was all over that ass.
All over that ass, inside
Couldn't
it.
say enough nice things about her.
Oh my God!
How amazing she is.
Like seriously, that is like. It just seems so like trailer trash.
Yeah.
And so
Desperate.
desperado.
I kind of think so too.
Yeah, and like a stage 5 clinger. I'm sorry, Gina. That was the most ridiculous scene I've ever seen in my whole entire life.
I guess she thinks that's where her bread is buttered. So.
Oh yeah. Because she's saving the show, and she's the star of this show. So I need to make my $250,000. Because I have 1 million people to support.
6 kids.
6 kids and a loser boyfriend that doesn't have a job.
Seems like a nice guy.
He is a nice guy.
All right.
Travis is a nice guy, but I'm sorry. You know what? I mean, if you brought 3 kids into this relationship, and you didn't have a job,
Yeah.
or didn't have assets, which you have, and
I do.
big, huge retirement,
Yes,
and
I do.
all that, I'd be like, nada tostada on that one. I don't care. All right.
Honey, I'm moving in with my brood. The strangest scene by far was when Emily went to Noella's house. And Noella, I guess, was losing her voice, so she decided to whisper. So watch this first clip.
I'm so sorry you're going through all this.
I love him. I don't want this. I don't want this.
Yeah.
But I feel like I would be such a fool to allow this man back into my heart, back into my home, into my bed, into my life.
So you're really at the point of like no return.
I have to.
I can't really talk right now. I have to whisper because I
What? Huh?
and I got some flowers.
I can't hear you.
But I have to whisper because my throat.
You're gonna have have to speak up.
I throw
The couple times that Kelly's tried to whisper to me in bed, I'm sorry, I can't hear you when you're whispering. But I would not be able to hear Noella. And she was like, move closer. Okay, but
Like,
then
what was that?
the best part
What
about
was that?
And I'm sorry, I thought this was amazing when we learned that the divorce papers were delivered to her door with flowers. Watch.
Sunday, I walk out to the foyer, and there's a man, and I see these beautiful flowers. So I'm crying, and I'm like, where's the note? He's like, are you Noella? I'm like, yes. Oh, honey, I'm sorry. He said you've been served. He served you divorce papers with flowers. Are you serious? Oh my God, honey.
That was, and I apologize for being a jerk, but that was the most brilliant move by a husband who wanted to divorce his wife, to send the papers with flowers so that she would accept them.
Right.
I thought that was
Well, you know what?
Pretty smart.
She was with an alleged crook that doesn't pay their taxes.
Yeah.
And, I don't know.
The best part about that was that she admitted that she kept
The flowers. Why would you keep
She
the
kept the
flowers?
flowers.
Even Emily had some sense. Emily had some sense
To
to
throw
throw
them.
them away.
I know you pretty well. There's no way you would have kept those flowers.
Of course not. No, I would have burned them. I've been like, F you. But you know what? What was she going to do? The guy, they rent that house. He owes money all over town
Yeah.
to the government. Why would you want to be stuck in a divorce like that? And then last night she was on Watch What Happens Live. Oh, and I got mentioned as being number 10.
Yeah.
Emily on the show, and Carson's talking about me.
Right.
Okay.
Well, you were the highlight of that
I
scene.
was a highlight of
course.
that. No, but she threatened to kill me. I think that Emily was a highlight of that scene. Emily was, but
Well,
you know what?
he didn't think so.
But Emily doesn't move the needle, so that's why.
Before we go,
Not that I'm tooting my own horn. It's just, she's just a little boring. She's not boring in real life. She just tries to be diplomatic and politically correct, and tries to stay under the radar, and that makes a boring television show.
yeah, but wait. Don't you think that Emily's trying? It looks like she's maybe trying a little too hard this season.
Yes, because I know for a fact, and I have it on text messages from her, and Noella's the only one that's saying that Heather hit the camera guy, which she did hit the camera guy. Emily told me she hit the camera guy. Why is Emily so far up Heather's butt? Why isn't she agreeing? Like, you don't treat people like that. You don't treat people like that. You can ask, I was on that show for 5 years. I never mistreated anybody in production. Not one time.
You're really, really good.
And
You
why
appreciate
wouldn't,
that. I do too. I've always.
why wouldn't Emily say, she goes, I can't believe they have her back on. I have it on text message. Emily said that to me.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't Emily stick up for Noella? Well, we'll see. We'll have to continue to watch.
But it does seem like Emily's trying harder because maybe she's concerned about,
There's
keeping
no
her
way.
job.
There's just no way she's going to be on next
She
year.
feels like she's got to turn it up a little bit.
Yeah, there's just no way.
Before we go, I want to talk about the podcast that we did with David Yontef. We don't do other people's podcasts, but we did his. And
Because Leah Black from Miami Housewives asked me to. He's been shaking me down to do this podcast for.
Asking, he's been trying to get us to do it.
like every day, very persistent. So.
Yeah. And he's a nice guy, and we
He's a
did
nice
it. We
guy.
had a great conversation with him, and there was a lot of news that was generated by that podcast because you told him, you shared with him that you had been fined $16,000 last season, and that Bravo wouldn't tell you exactly why or itemize.
No, because I know they were so upset that I wore that Drunk Wives Matter hat that is 8 years old, by the way. That had nothing to do with the movement.
That was just a gift at your bridal shower.
Somebody
that
gave
you
it
put
to me.
on
I
a
didn't
fiction.
somebody gave me that hat for because I'm a housewife. I'm on a TV show. I get drunk and it matters. I didn't buy the.
And you never wore it ever again.
I never wore it again, and it was a joke, and Bravo was so upset with me because they were all about that. They were saying that I was mocking the BLM. First of all, I wasn't mocking the BLM at all. It had nothing to. I didn't find it even to correlate. I mean,
right? You didn't have time to even think about it.
I didn't have time to even think about it. Someone took the picture. I didn't sport the hat anyway.
No.
Regardless of that. Why are people coming after me for wearing a hat that was given to me that I didn't even buy,
right.
And it had nothing to do with that movement? Why aren't they going after that lady, the head of the BLM, that bought $4 million homes and didn't do one thing for the black and stepped down
right.
because she's a crook allegedly. And what did they? Why don't they? How come nobody talks about that?
No,
Why am I in the news about that? Why?
Because.
And saying that I'm a racist. My best friend in high school was Shakira Lewis. We did everything together, and Bryce Williams too. They were I'm friends with a lot of black people. How am I racist?
Well, you're obviously not.
I just hate that woke culture that loves to say that. That's their go-to for their argument. You're racist. You're racist. That's all they know how to argue. That's all they know how to say. It just makes me so angry.
Because you know why? Because that's an accusation that you can't prove that you can't disprove.
Well, I can prove it. Everybody that I'm friends with that are black would tell you. They don't even understand.
I know, but I'm saying
all my friends are like, I don't understand. And I know it had to do with when I was at the Nice Guy, they asked me if I liked black guys. Well, I did. I dated a black guy. His name's Eric Gordon from the Houston Rockets. I'm sorry. Yeah. And at the time I was married to Michael and I was talking to other guys like at the bar and I didn't want to get in trouble. So the guy at TMZ goes, do you like black guys? And it was like, I was talking to some guys at the bar and I said, no, I don't even know any because I got flustered because I was married to Michael at that time when TMZ came out. It had nothing to do with being a racist.
Well, listen,
it makes me so angry.
Oh, honey, it's okay.
Yeah.
You know, their haters are gonna hate. We know that. Haters are gonna hate. Mm-hmm. And what my point was, it's an easy accusation to make for a hater against someone like you. And then you have to defend yourself. Right. And it's ridiculous that you have to defend yourself. So I don't think you should do it anymore. I really don't.
Okay, I'm not going to do it anymore.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Okay.
It's ridiculous.
Well, they just keep coming after me. And they keep writing about me. Why aren't you guys writing about Gina or Emily?
They love writing about you.
Or Dr. Jen. Well, they are writing about Dr. Jen and all her alleged crookedness.
Do you think Bravo's upset that you revealed that you were fined $16,000?
I'm upset that they fined me $16,000. They didn't even give me a reason. They just said was for your bad. I know it was for that because their movement went so woke and they were all about that it ruined New York. And then Heather Dubrow's kids are trans and bisexual. They want that in. I'm too conservative for them, and I'm not even conservative. I'm a moderate. I don't even understand it. So their agenda doesn't fit my narrative. So I'm gone. Okay, fine. But you can't charge me $16,000. I was gonna give $16,000 to my dad to buy him a car. Okay, and I called them and I told them that I have text messages, and they couldn't even give me a reason of why I was getting fined $16,000.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And that's after tax dollars.
And what did I do to do that? What did I do? I don't know. I'm upset about it.
You didn't do anything wrong when you were filming the show, that's for sure. I mean, you were the highlight reel every week on that.
I was the only one that was working on that show.
The things they had issues with didn't happen during filming.
Right. So why would I get charged $16,000? I'm upset about it. Well, I'm upset about it.
The other thing that came out of that podcast with David Yontef was that he apparently got a lot of hate mail from people just for having us on.
Yeah.
They could, we're so toxic to that crowd.
David said that he got so much hate
Yeah, but here's the other thing.
Wait, why?
The highest rated show he's ever done.
Yeah, but they were like going after him, saying that he has blood on his hands.
Yeah.
All this like
Blood on his hands.
craziness. Are you insane? Like, who has the time to go onto someone, listen to someone, and then go after them like that? Like, I mean, there's got to be something wrong mentally, and it's the weirdest thing because it's the woke mob that does this. They are such haters. They're trying, oh, you need to be tolerant. But they're the most intolerant.
Yeah.
That is the most hypocrites. Do as I say. Wear the mask, wear the mask, wear the mask. No one wears a mask. Pelosi, we had that stupid girl from the AOC, that idiot, and Gavin Newsom. You know, such hypocrites. I just, you know what? Bye. Get a life, okay?
I think people are waking up to that now. I was just checking the phone to see if the ratings are in yet. They're not. I can't wait to see what the ratings are.
Oh, they don't do the ratings anymore like that. They do second day. They do second day. That's fine.
But that's not true. They do. There are overnight ratings. We all know this in television. There are overnight ratings.
Yeah.
And they do measure overnight ratings because that's what they do. They measure overnight ratings.
And but now people have Hulu.
Yeah.
They
Okay.
have
Fine.
AU.
Fine. But you can still measure how many people
And
actually
people don't
watch it.
they watch it on their DVR. So let them have their second day. But, you know, include your second day. And Rick goes, did they ever get back with you with the numbers?
Yeah. No.
No.
So in other words, even if your overnights beat their overnights from season 15 to season 16, go ahead and add your second day views to those numbers, but add second day views to 15 as well, and then let's compare again. That's fair.
Right.
So we're waiting for that.
Right.
We're waiting to see those numbers.
So I just find it, Jolie, my daughter, is like, why, she was watching it last night with us, and she's like, why is Heather allowing her daughter to talk about her sexuality? Like, she's only 17 years old. Like, why is she allowing? I'm like, I don't know. I mean, maybe she feels like...
Bronwyn did it last year with her son.
Well, Bron wasn't even with her.
Cross-dressing.
Oh, by the way, Bron was doing... She's such a liar. She didn't pay her landlord allegedly. Well, that's what Karen said.
Yeah.
She said that I wasn't with my kid during the pandemic. She's living in New York. Her kids live here. Another hypocrite right
She's
there.
got 7 of them.
And she said that Newport Beach she doesn't fit in here. It's like, you can go to Laguna. I mean, there's a lot of places.
I guess she found her new home in New York.
Nobody's like that here. I'm sorry. She's such a liar.
More on that next week. We got to wrap this up.
All right. We got to go. We got to go do our house now. We just bought a house in Palm Desert, and we're gonna gut renovate it.
We're gonna go get to work on it, and we're gonna be putting highlights of that on our Patreon.com Rick and Kelly Unmasked podcast. So we hope you'll follow us there and continue to watch us here. Have a great day and a great week. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
See ya.